Hello and welcome again to a commentary. So, why does this episode start with a disclaimer? Because it's really that bad, even though we didn't show anything that bad.
Yeah, specifically because we didn't show anything that bad, we wanted to point out the game really is as terrible as we are making it out to be. In fact, it's worse. It's much worse. Don't go find it.
We actually have a friend who went and tried to find it. He was like, "Oh, it can't be that bad." How is he doing? Is his recovery going all right?
Well, because we got him to the hospital so quickly, he's expected to make a full recovery. It should take about 6 months.
Fair enough. So we really did want to do this disclaimer at the beginning, just to show how strongly we feel about this game. We hate this game. It's ironically fun, but even then, it's a really, really terrible game.
Yeah, and it's so full of pointless material that they act like it's vitally important to the entire concept of the game, and it's not. It's really just stupid stuff that doesn't matter, it is irrelevant, and then where there's points where they could actually have something cool and interesting, they just don't. They just choose not to have anything cool or interesting. They're like, we will steer towards something cool and interesting, then veer off into a canyon at the last minute.
This is fatal.
Yeah, okay, and
Disconnect.
I really do like dice. In real life, I like dice a lot. And rolling this many is just cumbersome. It takes too long to do even menial tasks. It's just mind-numbingly bad.
I really like all the pictures. They're pretty awesome. It basically sums up how the internet feels about this, in most cases. There are actually a bunch of people that exist in real life who like this game.
The Fatalites. They're bad people. Okay, this is cutting in from the episode before it, and that is the man in the mask. You know, he's actually a pretty nice guy in real life. He's one of our friends. He dresses up like that. He's pretty cool. He wanted to do this character for us. And yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it works, I guess. I mean, he just wanted to be in the show, and we didn't really have a spot for him in the show, but we had the guy in the mask coming up, and we're like, well, you know what, you can be him. Because, I mean, we can just, have you do all the motions and stuff. And, oh, God, the rule book.
Alright, now you see how big that is? That's really how big the rulebook is. It's unpleasantly big. Now, we did purchase a copy of it for this, and then we immediately sold it off on eBay. We didn't shoot it in this because we're actually advocating the piracy of this game.
Yeah, we're all for it. I mean, we're not going to do it ourselves, but you, out there, in the world, actually don't download this game, because that's just a waste of time anyway.
Now, we're talking about the character creation here, and it's a bad character creation system. There's actually a program that comes with the book that you can download onto your computer, install it onto your computer, and make a character with 2 button presses. Just like that. Character's made.
The problem is, if you need a program in order to make a game playable, you have a bad game. Like, start over. Seriously. That's just stupid. I don't want to have a computer in order to play a role-playing game. That's not the point of a role-playing game.
Now, all of the dice that you saw there were the number of dice that you have to roll. We're very accurate about the fine little details for no good reason. And that's one of them. And that's too many dice to try and put all together.
It's even worse if you want to roll them one pair of dice at a time. Because every one of those is a D100, which comes out to being 2D10. Which means you're rolling... How many dice is that?
Let's see, that's 20 times 20, that's 400 dice?
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's 400 dice.
The author says that even though
Now this type of thing happens all the time. They'll have a quote from someone, a cherry-picked, very specific quote pertaining to one thing that they want, and act like it's the word of God. That's dumb. I mean, right here, it's even misquoting the source there just a little bit to get the inequalities that are going on there.
Yeah, and it just makes for a bad game in the end. Like, congratulations, you have continued to make a bad game. Good for you. You've gone out of your way to do so.
Now right here we're talking about professions. We're really going way too in-depth to it here, because professions are quite useless in Fatal. What it boils down to is that everyone's profession in Fatal should be rapist.
Or victim.
Or both.
Simultaneously.
Now, neither one of us is really a feminist, but we're not chauvinist pigs either. And right there, we just don't want to call women whores. That's what it says. Whores.
Yeah. Which, really, there's no point for it even to say that, because prostitute is a better term for that anyway.
Now, we should really mention here that we're just going over some of the best material that we could find. Some of the things that really caught our attention. But it's not the end of it at all.
No, there's really a lot more that we could have said. I mean, there's all these phrases in what I think is Latin all throughout the book that are just these stupid random... Oh God, the picture. Ugh.
Aha, yes. Baby-eating giants. The good guys. They're good.
Actually, that's kind of an exaggeration. They're good comparative to other giants, and they're trustworthy comparative to other giants. So it's not quite accurate to say that. But it's still accurate enough that, yeah, why would you do that? Why? Why do you have a baby-eating giant? Why? Why do you have that in your game? Why?
Now, some of the other things that we didn't even touch on in this. Actually casting spells in this game is a headache and a half. Having any sort of combat might as well just be a joke. The critical hit tables in this game are some of the things that are the most lampooned. Sometimes guys can be hit in the ovaries. Yeah.
Yeah, in the ovaries. It's really impressive. Like, I don't even know how that works.
I also think that we should mention that this review took us a while, because every time we sat down to do it, one of us would go, okay, let's do this. And then the other would go, hey, want to do something else? Something fun? Something that isn't reading the rules to Fatal?
And we're both like, yes, we totally want to do that. Seriously.
Very well.
Oh, hey, the fight with the man in the mask. Now,
Also known as the good part.
yes. Now, I actually ducked out of this scene right here, just over to the side, mostly so that way I could direct these fight scenes. It's a lot more complicated to get these guys together in this small room to fight.
Child,
Yeah, we don't really have that much space, and we don't have a good location for a grand duel type fight scene thing. Which I think we did pretty good with the amount of space that we have.
You're not very
Hey,
good
what are
at
those rings that he's wearing? Can't be anything important.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Alright, well, we're gonna not talk about Fatal anymore in this whole review, and, well, commentary, and we're just gonna focus on this fight, because it was fun.
Yeah, as opposed to Fatal. Like, the entire reason we had the fight scene was because we wanted to do something fun after we had done Fatal.
Ah, yes. Oh, and my big old parfait dish of dice. Yeah, I'd just keep that there. It's a centerpiece. It's fun.
No, really, it's a centerpiece. It's sitting in my living room right now.
And that right there was to show that I'm not the man in the mask. Some of our friends were saying, oh, well, it's just you dressing up in the mask outfit. No. No. I do the dubbing voice sometimes.
It is time to
That's
conclude
true.
my
Didn't you
master
actually dress up in the mask for one of the scenes just to get the entire outfit all together?
I did. It didn't turn out. Level 13 Barbarian.
Yeah! Also, we got a haircut since the last episode.
Now, I can actually show you the scene that I dressed up in. Now, trying to find it out here. Oh, well. Yeah, and of course, we're assembling a new toaster in this whole thing.
Yeah, which doesn't end well. But not in this episode. That's in the next episode. But that's okay.
I see what you're doing here. Robot Don Quixote!
Robot Don Quixote does not believe in your magic, sir.
Alright, and the biggest spell, the most impressive spell that we've ever done.
Yeah, I'm still kind of annoyed that it completely and utterly fails.
counter magic.
Just like that. Oh, Nope, it failed.
I forgot other mages can do that.
Yeah, well, you really should pay attention
Now
to
it is
other
time
people
for my
being
own
wizards.
spell.
He's not a wizard. He's clearly not a wizard. He's clearly some form of sorceress being
No.
capable of blasting my coat off.
That shot right there, that one took a lot of time. That was a special effect that we worked really hard on. And,
Yeah,
oh,
it was
yes,
really
I
elaborate.
love that coat right there. That was actually my coat in high school. I've since gained a little bit of weight, and but it fits you rather nicely.
Yeah, it really fits me very well, and I like it. I also like our fade out thing. That's always a nice effect.
So I'll
Oh
just
no,
this
and he has the
as
coat.
my
What will
guide.
happen? What will happen? Do do do. Now, why'd you put this in? Okay, the secret is I really had to go to the hospital for this. This take made me so upset. I had to go to the hospital.
Well, it just serves to underscore the fact that Fatal is really a terrible game. Like, of terrible games, it is the game that you can compare other games to and say, yeah, but at least it's not Fatal.
Dear. Fatal just ticks me off on every level. I actually read through the Fatal rules the first time and forgot why I liked role playing.
Yeah, it really happened. It'll do that to you. Don't get it. Don't ever get it. Don't download it. Don't buy it. Don't do anything like that.
Alright, now this part coming up here after the credits is actually kind of why we decided to review Fatal in the first place. Now, this is our friend Catcher in the Sty, and he just showed up one day and did this joke for us, and it made us laugh and go, wow, that's horrible.
Yeah, he can actually do this entire joke, like, start to finish. Like, this is actually the entire joke start to finish, but we cut it up because it makes it seem like there's even more in between. Which, he can put more in between, but
He
really,
has.
yeah, no, he's added to it since even this, but there's really no need to, because once you get to a certain point, you're like, what is going on? And then finally the punchline hits you and you're like, really? That really just happened? But it did, it just happened.
Now, another thing is, anyone who's ever actually heard the Aristocrats joke knows that it's a very vile, foul, disgusting thing, much like Fatal. And anyone that has watched our stuff knows that we try and keep a good, solid PG level to our show.
Which is interesting considering we chose to review Fatal, the date rape game. No, there's no date involved, it's just rape.
Yeah. So, we actually did a take of this, where we just had him sit down in front of the camera and do that. And I wanted to bleep out everything that was just too vile for our show. And then I had him do another take, just to get a good take that we could actually use.
That's something you roll for too.
Yeah, the bleeped out take, it's just a bleep. That's all there is.
I don't know.
It's a bleep.
And she makes babies.
I love how he's gesticulating here, moving his hands. Now, there's one little part in here where he goes, baby rape. I've put that on a loop 50 times and emailed it to him.
Right there. There it was. Right there. So hilarious.
Yes. Alright, well, we're going to be wrapping up here. Thank you guys. This is another one of our really popular episodes. Thank you for making it so popular.
Yeah, we appreciate you all, and have an awesome time. Don't check it out. Like, seriously, don't check out Fatal.